I will tell you the story about the restaurant, because I know the person who was the investor, but he's passed away, unfortunately. He was a young guy. But the people that were good friends with him, very good friends with, I'm good friends with. So I'm going to make that call and I'm going to get that story for next week. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even think
Okay.
of the restaurant. I have a question to ask you. I mean,
Okay.
I have to ask, how did this person pass away?
So he was on a moped. I don't know where. Okay. He was on a moped and it was a moped accident. Yeah. So I'll find out that information too. That's how he passed away. Young guy, kids and everything. It was terrible. It was a terrible accident. But again, I think he might have been in like Mexico, somewhere where he had a moped accident and he passed away. I think that's what it was. It was either boat or moped. So again, I want to get all the scoop again. I knew him personally. He was a friend of Michael's. So I'm going to get the information, the right information, and I'll report it next week.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, I have to ask now. I have another question. I got to do my job here, Kim. You know,
Yes.
young person on a moped accident, were they still in business with the Gorgas at that
No,
time?
no,
Okay.
no, no,
I'm
no, no, no.
sorry. I'm sorry. That's
Long
where my mind
after. No,
goes.
no, 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 no. Long after. Long after. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Long
This
after. It
is
didn't last.
Jersey,
It
Kim.
did.
This is
It
Jersey.
yeah.
We know
It
some
didn't.
people. I gotta
It
ask.
it didn't last. The partnership didn't last. It was so fast.
I'm sorry.
It
I
was so
hear
fast.
young
Oh, look at my
person.
hair sticking up. Yeah.
I hear a
No,
young
no,
person.
no.
I hear a moped accident.
My
Now I
God.
hear that we're not even in the state. We're in Mexico. I'm
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
sorry.
don't
My
remember
mind
where it
goes
was.
somewhere, girlfriend. My
Yeah,
mind
I don't
goes
remember exactly
somewhere.
where it was. I'll find out. I'll get the scoop today.
Kim
I'll
is
text
like,
somebody.
David, just your mind is dark
Hey,
today.
listen, if I thought there was any hanky panky going on, I would have definitely said, and by the way, but no, that wasn't the case.
Okay, man. I'm not gonna
The
accuse
Gorga, listen to
anybody.
me. First of all, the Gorgas don't have that kind of power. He likes to run around. Do you know, I somebody very close to him said he runs around telling people he's a made man. Give me a break. You're not a made man, Joe Gorga. Stop it. Okay. That's the rumor I heard too. Stop, stop, stop. And if you were, you wouldn't be saying it. Okay. So no, no, no.
Right.
No,
You
no,
don't
no.
say it if you are. Give
Of
me a fucking
course not.
break.
Of course not. Of course not. So
People are, so we have, listen, Carolyn Russo is throwing around the abuse.
yes. Yes.
Jan is saying this, and now we have this woman with a short blonde hair that you were behind the whole
I
thing. She's like,
know.
what about you'll find out about the pizza place. What about Jacqueline? So right, people are saying, oh, you're a fame whore, and you said that she didn't go on the trip, right? Because
Yeah.
Jacqueline just did an interview where she spoke out and she said Melissa's like the biggest liar ever. And yeah, I don't think Jacqueline's
She
looking
is.
to do press and she's out there. But what did you say she was about girls' trip?
Jacqueline, I just saw this, that Jacqueline said on a live interview, which we're getting her on. I'm calling her today. I know I've been saying I'm going to call her, but I've been crazy busy because of the fashion shows. And when me and Jacqueline get on the phone, it's for hours. With that said, Jacqueline said, I'm far from, they were calling the Gorga people were calling Jacqueline thirsty for coming out. Jacqueline's far from thirsty. Okay. That's number one. Number two, Jacqueline said, I'm thirsty. I was asked to do the Morocco trip and I declined it because I don't have enough 24-hour care for my son. So like you people, you're picking on the wrong girl with Jacqueline. Okay, this is the real deal. She's a sweet, kind person. She has her hands full in a good way with her beautiful son. How dare you? Like you're sticking up for people like the Gorgas against Jacqueline because she's telling the truth. This is why a lot of people don't even come out and tell the truth because then they get these wackos coming at them. When Jacqueline says this, I'm telling you, Melissa is the best liar right now. She is. That's the bottom line. We're all saying that. When we say the best liar, not too many people can lie with a straight face and believe it. I think she believes it herself. So I'm going to second that motion with Jacqueline, and I'm sure all these other people can too. And I'm sure other people will come out and say the same thing. And Jacqueline is the least thirsty person I've ever met in my life and the most down to earth, sweet, nice, soul to the earth person. So all you people coming at her, stop. You're making fools out of yourself because everyone knows it's not true.
Did she say that she was asked for a girls' trip? Like she actually said that?
From Morocco.
Well, I believe it because Carolyn's there. I mean, they didn't say
Yes.
let's choose Alex McCord with Carolyn. I'm sure they did
Right.
back Jacqueline. And when she
Yep.
turned it down, they went to Alex. Now, Alex is going to be phenomenal. I'm more
Yes, she
excited to
is.
see her than anyone. But
Right.
like it's still, that makes a lot of sense that they would want
Yeah.
Carolyn with Jacqueline. And
Yep.
right?
Yeah, I agree. So I'll
Wow.
talk to her direct and I'll get more scoop for next week.
Please get her on here.
I promise. I promise.
Okay, so that's the Gorgas. That's what is going, anything else with the Gorgas before we move on to this letter that's circulating about our good friend Fuda?
Yeah, that supposedly she had to hit
Oh.
all Nick's likes on throughout the years on Nick's Instagram. Also, Nick modeled. Nick was a
Yeah.
model in her Envy fashion show that was aired. Nick was a model.
I was at that fashion show. I was right there. Right. So Nick is this hot fucking guy that the rumor is that Melissa, you know, everyone's like, well, that's not cheating and kissing. I mean, what? Like, if you were married to me and you were kissing someone else, I'm sorry, that's cheating. If it's
But
like
they're
not an
they're not-
open relationship.
Yeah, but they're not saying it was just the one time. They're saying this
Right.
carried on for a while. I reported that people would remember the time when there were people were getting hair and makeup, and Joe Gorga had called up and said, "Is Nick there?" And they're like, everyone was told to say no when he was. This went on for a little while.
Nick Barada, who is really hot, who's the one that's now going to be on the screen, which you and me are sticking by our story that we are 100% sure that this happened. And I'm sorry.
I believe it too. I'm sorry. I'm
mean,
sorry too.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Margaret, because I know that you know, you don't say it did, but you and I'm sorry. My mind believes this actually really happened. And Nick Barada is the guy. And yeah, he was on, I mean, I was at that fashion show. He was on he walked in it. I mean, so she went and unliked all of his photos.
Yeah, like the things that she had hit like on. Why?
I mean, that takes hours.
Or she had someone do it. You know what I mean? She might not have sat in, so someone did it. Maybe maybe the little PR boy.
Well, little PR boy's best friend is Nick, so it's all in the family.
But
so doesn't that make him feel awkward? Like when your boss asks you to unfollow and you're unfollowing your best friend?
But guess what? Excuse me, I'm just taking my bathrobe off. Listen to me. But the tangled web that he created by starting the rumor because he saw them. So
you never should have opened your mouth and told your other boss, Margaret. You never should have told your other boss.
You protect your peeps.
Again, if I were Melissa, I would have fired his ass. I don't care what he knew. I would have cut the snake, the cancer out, and you just deal with it. I would not have someone work for me that was talking about my personal business to anybody else that they were employed by. To me, that is a complete breach of our employment.
Oh my God.
You would be fired, period.
Done. Period. The end. I agree.
But listen, but the fact that she unfollowed him is weird.
This is only the beginning. You know that because people are talking this much now. Wait until the show airs and then it hits more. In a reunion. Oh my God. Listen to me, David. And I keep harassing poor David. I am harassing him about this. Everyone's DMing me. They go, I will pay more for Patreon if you do 2 shows. I'm going to send them all to you. I'm going to Snapchat every one of them.
How much more? Because guess what? We're not doing we're not doing a second show and charging the same price. We're not doing that. That is not. I'm sorry, everybody. My business model is not to work more.
Of course not.
I will not do it.